I guess, Tom, as you're able to ramp up contact, number one, any injuries pop up, and number two, are there guys that maybe look a little bit different, whether it's guys from the spring or freshmen, that as you are able to put on pads at least and start hitting a little bit more, suddenly maybe look a little different to you?
Yeah, I think today was the first day, so just walking off the field, I think Austin Barrett to me is one that has stuck out, and then you have it without pads on, you feel a certain way, but then even seeing it with pads on, I think definitely further along than we would have thought, and coming here this summer, and that's one that probably sticks out the most. I think Tyree McDaniel, I think, has made a lot of growth from the spring. In the secondary, obviously was here in the spring, but having two practices without pads and then the one with pads, I just think he's really encouraging to me to be able to get his growth. And then I think Bryson Bonds has continued to keep getting better. He's flashed these last few practices. JoJo Johnson's here with us now, and just really excited about what he brings to our team. I think continuing on offense, EJ Williams is just elevating, just keeps getting better. His confidence. Same with D-Mac. I think those guys have stuck out to me. DeKeys Carter was not here in the spring, but just continues to. He's just such a pro, mature guy, graduate. Those guys to me have really been positive. So we just gotta, we'll know more as each day passes. But you're right. When you get the pads on, football's being played. I see the growth up front, both sides of the ball, but obviously you're going against each other, and just coaching those guys really, really hard right now.
Hey, Coach. Anthony Jones, the guy you got in the spring, first time getting him out on the field right now. I mean, physically, he looks the part. Just how impressive you've been with him. I know it's just a couple days in, but just what he can bring to you off that edge.
Yeah, I probably should have mentioned him. He obviously wasn't here in the spring, so been here most of the summer. Big, 260 pounds. Just really, for being a redshirt freshman, he's very mature physically and has a really mature mindset in how he practices. Strength staff loves him. Didn't take long for our coaches to love him as his approach. So, yeah, he's going to be really valuable for us without question. And he's working at both the bull position and the wolf position, and can also play some strong side in if we had to. So, with his size and athleticism, really a big boost for sure, and really excited about him.
Coach, you have Nico Radicic coming in for field goal kicking, competing with Chris Freeman and Alejandro. How's that competition going?
It's been good. It's pretty early. I haven't really done true field goals in competitive situations yet. Worked on a couple today where we got shorter field goals at the end, and we do those controlled first, and then we just bring them out more situational. So that will increase a lot, and going to really try to put those guys under duress. So right now, I'd say it's very even, but time will tell without question. But yeah, there's a lot of position battles going on. Corner is not set, safeties are not set. D-line's got a lot of guys competing. Quarterback, obviously. The running back room's got several guys we're looking at for sure. But tight ends is really, really, a lot of competition there, and the O-line still trying to figure out the top five. We want to get those best five guys. So a lot of competition, a lot of spots, and I expect that to continue. And then the kickers to me are, because you got to get those points.
Tom, you mentioned the defensive line, and it's early days, but what are you looking for in terms of what you want to see in terms of guys winning competitions, and what are you seeing so far?
Yeah, so really big emphasis on technique for those guys. Just better fundamentals, especially when we get fatigued. So big emphasis on that. Going to do some things here in the next few days to emphasize those situations once the guys get tired and practice is continuing. So, but I think the emphasis is technique and then finishing. Winning those gaps, whatever technique we're asking them to do, doing some things pre-practice, post-practice to work on that, to get our fits right. Obviously got more guys there. We added six transfers at that position, which to me is a big number. But we've gotten bigger and stronger there, and encouraged by that group. But they gotta lead the way. They're those guys we've challenged the D-line, the O-line to be the tone setters for both sides of the football. But to answer your question, it's about technique and then the finish.
I know you said at Big Ten Media Days familiarity with guys in the transfer portal is one thing you look for, but on the defensive line, you mentioned those six guys, with guys like Marcus Burris and Philip Bleedy. What did you see from them on their film that you liked, or traits that you liked that stood out to sort of gravitate to them and make them kind of targets to bring them in?
Yeah, I think the first, when we talk about traits, Coach Randolph obviously coached Phillips, so there was a relationship there. And we knew an individual on the A&M staff that gave us a very honest assessment of where Marcus was. And really the first thing was their size. We're just trying to get some more height, some bigger bodies, and the twitch. To me, that's just the ability to move laterally and very explosively, to get off, to get some knockback. But we just needed some mass, and we really liked Marcus's flexibility. He can play. He's a big, strong side end, or he's a good-sized, athletic 3 technique, and he can play both of those, which really gives Marcus a lot of flexibility. And then Flip, to me, he's a powerful guy, very strong, big, tough, and just had to get him in shape, which is obviously what the goal for the summer was. And he has such a high care factor, such an awesome person, high character, both of them really, really good people, and just guys that we thought fit with us. But the traits to me were just mass and length and ability to have some twitch to them. So I think those guys have all those things.
Just as an overall, just a short answer, I don't want to make you talk anymore with everything, but as week 1 just wraps up, what does the team's performance align with the goals you had envisioned? Is a voiceless Tom Allen a good thing?
Yeah, it's good because that's just how I coach, So, but I would say a lot of it's challenging our guys, motivating our guys to finish the toughness piece, the technique, and just making sure we're just every rep. Because it's really about right now getting your guys to play as hard as we can play, with as much toughness as we can play with, so we can play that way for 60 minutes and beyond. And so the buy-in from our guys, I think, is really high right now. But it's early. You got 3 days of practice. So to me, I just want these guys to be locked in. We talk about being focused during the meetings, to be able to be great concentrators during walkthroughs, and just compete like mad dogs during practice, and just getting guys to do that. And that's how you build a tough football team. And then you just stay on and be relentless about the standard that you have set, that you don't ever let up. And we're working really hard to that end. So, but that's, I'll go and spend the rest of the day, get my voice ready for our next one. And I got to challenge the team tonight in the team meeting. So I'll get it back by then. I got a little formula for that. But bottom line is that I'm glad to be back in camp. We go 3 days and we have regeneration day. So I get a chance to get our guys mentally and physically ready to go for practice number 4. Have a great day, Elio.